Alrighty. Hopefully I should have my audio fixed now. What is up, everybody? We are going to try and whoop on some Crimsons of Infinity for you guys. I should have my mic audio fixed pretty good through OBS, so I'm definitely hoping that's the case. Let me just double check on OBS. Yup, says we're good to go. Oh, how come my YouTube isn't bringing it up? Anywho, this is not my first time playing the game. For anybody who watches this, I definitely have ran this quite a few times. I have a couple videos up that I streamed for my brother while he was at work, but I didn't use my microphone, so I figured it would be a lot more entertaining for you guys to be able to listen to me squeal like a piggy whenever I get my butt kicked. With that being said, jeez, dude, I swear I don't understand. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to make it to where I got chat up too, just in case any of you guys stop by and have questions. Alright, so yeah, it looks like we're good to go. Let me go ahead and turn my phone volume down because I don't need to hear myself. Alright, so this is basically a randomizer. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of people are making content on it. It is super duper fun. It's basically like crack and it's extremely hard. So a couple of things that we've figured out since we've started playing is that you can change your sprites, which is cool. If you don't like the custom ones, I'm gonna be rocking Charizard like the video says. I usually start out with the wooden shield. Obviously there's other options. The only ones I think are kinda good would be 100 rupees. I've gotten the floor 12 with that before. It's maybe the health. I think that the wooden shield's the best. Or you can be a madman and go with nothing, but I'm not gonna do that. As I play, I'll kind of try and go about giving any kind of tips and tricks, and then obviously in the future, if you guys have any questions about anything that's going on, you can definitely feel free to just leave a comment, and I'll probably get back to you. In fact, I know I'll get back to you because I have it on my phone. Typically speaking, slash, what? Can this get off my screen? Yeah, dude, what the heck? I usually can get pretty far consistently, so, I mean, I'm sure now that I said that, I'll get destroyed. But I feel like the shield is the best item, particularly because it makes your health stronger. So technically, if I have 4 hearts, it's more like I have 6 or something like that. Also, if I catch heals, instead of picking up 1 heart, it's kind of like picking up 1.5 hearts or 2 or something like that. So it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty much a dungeon crawler. Every time you play, the game is completely random, so I have no clue where I'm going or what enemies we're gonna find, but it is very, very fun. A lot of times you can kind of cheese the door if you need to. See right there. Instant full health. We love to see it. Also, all the all your shit stays on the ground. So if you don't need that heart, you don't have to grab it, which is useful information. You don't want to just be picking up everything, especially if you already have full health. This is my first game too, so if I get bodied, then whatever. Kind of just warming up my fingers, but hey, it's all in good fun anyway, right? So a lot of these people, you don't have to kill. You're really just looking for the keys. I don't even know if this floor has keys. I don't think you have to do keys until the second. Oh, well, speak of the devil. I lie. Which is usually hiding in a pot. So this door that's locked lets me know that the key is down south. For sure. Not that south, though. There we go. So I'll peek into this room because... Oh, I already have. I'm an idiot. So just general deduction. I mean, same thing. When you play the bigger dungeons, you get more familiar with the map layout. I mean, it's you definitely don't know where you're going because it's 100% random, but you can kind of gather clues from the game's logic, so to speak, of where shit's at. So I know that the key has to be over here. Now, obviously, it has to be over here because I've cleared every other room, but that gate, which I'm going to show you right here, when I go through here, it locks me out. Which is basically, you know, telling me, alright, you're going in the right direction because we don't want you to backtrack. Like, you've already found the key, so now you need to move forward. And you'll see that happen a lot throughout the entire run. In fact, I'll use those clues to try and figure out where shit's at, because they get bigger and harder and more complicated with more keys and more switches and all that fun stuff. So I'll kind of try and keep some interesting commentary for you guys. Now that right there is sex to me, and you guys will figure out why. I am very heavily dependent on magic for my strategy, and it's gotten me to Aghanim multiple times. As far as PBs go, I've gotten floor 1. I've gotten to Aghanim twice and then died on the boss fight, but I have beaten Aghanim. So not only can you kind of manipulate the skins with the in-game files, but you can also manipulate your saves. So I obviously would not count that as a win because I didn't get through the whole game in one shot. But I did manage to get to floor 11, save, and then I kind of just copy that save file so that I can just replay it over and over again to practice, which is exactly what I did because Aghanim whooped my ass so bad that I wanted to practice it, which I don't think is cheesy because, I mean, it's a scum save for sure, but see, like, for instance, we know something's over here, so there's most likely a key. I'll usually check other shit first, just so that if I find extra rupees or something, like that sword, I want real bad. And I don't know, I actually started playing this because I watched some of my other favorite streamers try it, and I'm a huge fan of A Link to the Past. This game is amazing. The guy that made it is not only an awesome game designer, but he's also kind of a dick, because this is ridiculously hard. The gems go into Zora fountains, which we will probably see in the future, but the chances of me running into one early game are usually pretty slim. I mean, it's random, but I've played enough of these things to know that it's not extremely likely. And until you get inventory upgrades or maybe even like a gem bag, if you look in the inventory at the top, well, for one, you can upgrade your inventory's level, which most people already know if they've seen the game. But at the top, you have a quiver, you have a bomb bag, and you have a gem bag. And those basically will make it to where my bombs, my arrows, and my gems won't take up slots in my inventory, which is really nice later in the game. There's the key. And like I said, we were kind of able to figure out that that's the direction we needed to go because of some of the clues with the map. Fuck off. Alrighty, I'm definitely just doing so fantastic. So for instance, this is a half piece to a thing, a blue crest. You pick up the left half. If I were to find one of those on this floor, then I'll pick it up and come back here. But generally speaking, unless I know that there's like a Zora fountain, which is basically impossible to tell, but unless I know that there's a Zora fountain, or something, early game, I typically won't pick those up. I'm gonna leave that lollipop on the ground in case we need it later, but I'll probably end up going to the next floor before we do. So a lot of times he'll give you clues. I mean, not necessarily he'll give you clues, but the logic will give you clues like these locked doors and such. I know there's a button. So I can't carry the map, but interesting fact, if you stand on it, it will still show it to you, and then obviously when I walk off, it doesn't. So that's cool. You can kind of use the map without actually having to pick it up if you don't want to, which I don't. So I'm gonna go back and get that lollipop real quick. It's only half a heart, but I mean, honestly, there's no reason not to. And I know there's nothing left on the floor that can fuck with me. Not saying that I won't fuck with myself, because I surely will probably run into some spikes and fall off some holes in the course of this. Usually if I'm played for a couple hours, I'm a little warmed up, but today we're starting off nice and cold so that you guys can see me get my shit kicked in. Rolling with Charizard, I think he's probably my favorite skin. He's definitely my favorite Pokemon, but for Zelda, I think that this is one of the cooler skins. My brother plays as Pikachu. Pretty fun stuff. So, on this floor, these guys are ridiculous. Oh, you know what? I'm trying to think. Did I leave that sword on that second floor? That sword upgrade? Uh-oh. That might have been my first mistake. I bet you I had enough money for that. So you have a sprint, which I typically think... Oh my god, are you serious? Open 2 treasure chests to remove the curse. What do you bet the 2 treasure chests I open have rupees in them? And don't fucking count. Because I'm willing to bet a lot. Anyway, on this floor, the worst ones, obviously it's better if you have a sword upgrade, which is what made me think about the one that I probably left behind. They got dudes with the ball and chain that used to be like in Zelda's chamber, and those guys are monsters. I've definitely lost quite a few runs to them. And they're extra annoying because, like, some enemies, like, okay, he's looking for me, but he won't keep looking for me. Some enemies, like the long swords, they'll chase. There he is right there, you son of a bitch. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. I got cake. I probably should use it, but I honestly don't mind dying right now just for fun. Okay. Well, let's do that. I kind of forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, for instance, he'll follow you across the whole room. You can't run, you can't break vision. Once he sees you, he'll just keep chasing you. There's the key. And it's really annoying. Like right there, you can see he almost got me cornered against a wall, and that is a lot of the reason why I was kind of face checking him, was to keep him back. Because if you, like, let's say for instance this was a ball and chain, and then I get in here and he stands out from this cage, I'm basically up shit creek without a paddle. So that's another thing to keep in mind. The more you play it, the more you kind of get used to the enemies and how they function. But I'll do my best to kind of explain it as I go, because that's half the fun of the commentary. I shouldn't have picked that up, but whatever. I've gotten a few views, even on the ones that don't have audio, which I think is interesting, because I hate watching YouTube videos that don't have a mic. But if this is something that you guys enjoy, I'm definitely not going to beg for likes or anything, but feel free to just let me know that you want to see more of it. And I'd be more than willing to play it when I have downtime. Which currently right now is quite a bit. So, the snakes, I haven't really found any rhyme or reason to them. The rats we've also seen, they generally seem to stick to walls, and then they'll stop and kind of decide which wall they're gonna go to next, or at least I've found. Usually if you see them running, if you see them running in the middle of the room, it's because they came off of a wall, or at least I've found. Shit. I guess I'll take the heart. Kind of sad I didn't buy that sword, really. Damage is king. The bats will usually always fly at you first. So, for instance, see how he comes forward? I'll try and show it again. See? So generally when I'm going up to them, I'll slash before I get too close, because they're going to run into my blade. 9 times out of 10. They don't always do it, but generally they do. Let's see what else we got going on here. Biggest tip, I think, for this game, I can't tell exactly how you guys see it on your phone. On my phone, it looks very, very dark. I have my contrast and my brightness up on my projector a ton. And it makes it to where I can see in the dark. It's not, like, perfect, but I would probably relate it to, it's the equivalent of having a lantern without having a lantern. So one of the biggest things, like, I was watching somebody that was streaming, this is a torch room, yeah. I was watching somebody that was streaming, and he was just rocking out in the dark, and I was like, how in the fuck is he seeing all that stuff? And then I realized, oh, my curse is screwing me. I might trash this run, dude. Yeah, this is brutal. In the sake of good fairness, just because, like, I'm early on in the game, but it's kind of pussy just to, half the fun of the randomizer is accepting the pain that comes with it, so I'll run it through, but I'm telling you right now, this seed is shit. Oh, Oh, 4 hits, Dustin, you don't have a sword. Alright, so this guy gives you a letter delivered to town. It's definitely, anytime I find him, I'll generally try and keep it, especially over, like, this gem or some shit, because that's just whatever. I don't need those right now. They also give you a lot of gems later on in the game, like when you get to the second town or whatever, so I'll try and showcase that if I get that far. Thanks for all the chests, guys. What am I at? I found one. Alright, this is the first boss. Armoros, I think his name is. He is an OG from A Link to the Past. All the bosses are obviously OGs from A Link to the Past, because the game is made after that shit. My strategy is usually to stand in this corner. If you get on like this bone pile, I mean it's not always the same, but if you get in that general area, it feels like you can kind of hit them quite a bit while they're rotating. Even when they clump together, I'll get some decent shots off, and then I'm high enough that they won't get, or I'm low enough that they won't get underneath me. So once you get one dead, you don't really have to worry about the line hitting you anymore, which is lovely. So I'll usually just take my time. I kind of pussed out right there. I could have done better. Oof. So speaking of, do I have heals? I do. The bosses give you heals. Man, how is that guy not dead? I've been beating on his ass for like 2 years. Hold on, I'm gonna, real quick, I'll go over the strategy for this guy too. Okay, so I like to look north. I take him up top, and then I just back up slash, back up slash, back up slash, back up slash. And then when I get to the bottom of the room, just rinse, wash, and repeat. And I really have found that this is almost the most effective way to whoop his ass. Perfect. So this is why I didn't burn a heal. Every boss gives you a heart piece at the end, and I already found one that I bought, so now I have 6, which is tight, but it's also a full heal. So if you get low on health, generally if you think that you got the boss on lock, it's a good idea not to use your heals. I need them to give me another chest to open, dude. This is getting rough. So the tents are a save and quit if you want to go back to the main menu. I don't. That's also how you can make scum saves, like I was talking about earlier. If you, when you use the tent, that's where you can get your save, which is what I did on floor 11. So even when I beat Aghanim, I still had to beat floor 12 every time that I went to go fight him, which was kind of a pain in the ass, but it also was good practice for floor 12. I don't agree with that. So this is another good reason why the shield is OP. Anybody who's played the game knows these things are fucking annoying. If you have a bow and arrow, it's actually really not that bad, but when you have a sword, you basically need to corner them. I've also found that their logic, as far as like their pathing and shit, doesn't really make sense. It feels like they just, I don't know, they don't even really try and walk at you. Like, he doesn't even know that I exist. But then as soon as I want to fight him, he's like, oh shit, I can see through. He turns into a monk. Please don't be rupees. Thank you, God. Alright, we can finally get money again. That sucks. I don't really want to dwell on how much shit I probably missed out on, but it's part of the game. I've also had runs where I really would like to stop taking free damage. I've had runs where it just seemed like an awful, awful, awful run, and then stuck it out, and then by the time it was all said and done, and I kind of started to snowball or catch back up, they ended up being just fine. So, ooh, I need to. So you can, I mean, that's one strat for them. If you don't get them up on the wall, fuck you back. And there's also another good reason to bring the shield as your item. The other thing that I like about the shield, I'm gonna go ahead and pop a heal here because I don't see why not. There's definitely no point in dying with stuff in your inventory. No sword upgrade by floor 4 is kind of brutal. See, like, for instance, if you throw a pot, he doesn't throw a bone. So the only time that he retaliates with a bone is if you swipe your sword and he jumps. Which is another reason why bow and arrows are really effective against them. Because they don't see it coming. Alright. I got a key. So where was that key door? Some of the flying enemies can be really annoying, especially when they take more than one hit. And you suck at this game. Come on, dude. Give a brother some rupees. I don't think there's any reason for me to fight this. But, just in case they drop rupees. No, magic, you suck. Oh, okay. So when you get locked out, there's 3 things that can happen. You either have to kill everything in the room, which I call a pain room, because it's just pain. Like, for instance, that was it. You either light all the torches, which wasn't it, or there's a button underneath a pot, which I'm pretty sure we saw earlier. So anytime the door closes behind you, start praying. Because if it's not the button or the torches, you can't skip it. You have to fight everything. Which is cool, but as we'll see later on, that can become extremely dangerous. So there's another piece of green, which we have not seen. This is telling me that we want to be over there. Can I please have some rupees? So I'm gonna, you know, kind of try and make my way over towards that door that's blocked, because there's a good shot that, well, I'm an idiot. I might have to come at it from the top. Certain things do constant damage. I'm just thinking like the spikes and stuff like that. Where am I going? I have a key. Where was the key door at? Alright, 60 is what I'm looking for. Bear with me. Yeah. Randomizer for the win. God, he's selling everything I want. That rupee curse just absolutely devastated me. So, like, for instance, with my brightness up, I can pretty much see those things flying around. When you have your screen super duper dark, it's brutal. A lot of streamers, the number one thing I've seen whenever I was watching this game before I started playing it was that there was kind of a lack of music variety, which I believe Justin fixed, the creator. He added in some cool songs. Speaking of which, do I have my music volume up for you guys, or... Oh, my bad. Yeah. Alright. Sorry about that. Yeah, man. What's the fun in Zelda if you can't hear the music? But basically what they were getting at is they were like, hey, the dungeon theme is super duper cool, but since these runs can be, you know, 2.5 to 3 hours long, listening to the same song over and over again is kind of beating a dead horse, which I agree with, but he's on it. I believe the general consensus of the community is that until he gets a cease and desist from Nintendo, he's going to continue to update it, which is awesome. He's already put out quite a few patches since he originally released the game, but obviously because the content creators, he's, you know, the game took off overnight. There's the button. I can't believe I almost walked past that. I thought I was looking for a key or a different entrance. Stop. Twofer. Kobe. I really would like 20 more rupees. See how he's sticking to the wall? And I consider that lantern a wall. So even the only reason why he came off of a wall was because he was going up off of his wall. And then he continued to stay, you know, if that makes any sense. That's what I've gathered from those little motherfuckers. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, I didn't see that. Okay, cool. Honestly, I'm so okay with that. So for anybody who hasn't seen the game, it's a roguelike, so when you die, you lose everything. Which is fine, because for me, I was ready to quit that run, period. I cannot believe I got cursed that early. Early game is really when you need to start getting your, at least like a sword upgrade or a shield upgrade. The other thing that I was going to say about the shield, that's really nice, is if you find a shield, instead of it being, you know, instead of you buying the red shield that I have, as you can see, like on that 4th floor that I was just at. Oh, nice. Yeah, it'll be the Triforce shield or the Highland shield. I can't remember what they call it, but the one with the one from Ocarina of Time. Good news is, too, I mean, I guess since I had the music off, that this is kind of... You guys get to hear what you missed. There's a strafe button, so if you hold your trigger, it'll keep you facing the direction. I'll generally use that the most against the long swords, because you need to position yourself to hit their shield rather than their sword. Pinning enemies against walls is also a really good strategy. Anytime you can. Later in the game, some enemies you almost have to pin, or they will fucking destroy you. So we got got our key. So far, no shop or anything. So we are rightfully broke. It would be nice to get some rupees, man. Of course, there we go. The one game that I don't have a curse, they just don't give me money, which is the exact same thing as being cursed. So some runs you just have worse luck than others. Some of the bombable walls work, obviously. And, ooh, nice. That's what we needed to see. Some don't. He's got a lot of fake walls in this game. So if you see me run by cracks, it's usually because I have a good idea that it doesn't go anywhere. And I just don't want to waste a bomb. But... oh yeah, we do the double juggle. So for instance, I kind of want to point this out because it will be confusing sometimes, and I confuse myself. Because I came in this room from that right-hand side, but I couldn't go anywhere, it opened it up on my map. And so it can lead you to think like, oh, I already checked that room, where clearly you had to check it from a different angle. That's really why the compass is handy. Obviously it shows you, like it shows me where the key door was at, it shows you where the exit to the dungeon's at, if there's rod recharges, or whatever, other shit. It shows you where fairy fountains are at, it shows you where kinstone pedestals are at, pretty much anything important that you would need to use in the game. It'll tell you where they're at, even if you haven't been in the room, which is super cool. I've used that quite a bit. Oh, for crying out loud, sit down. Alright, we really would like to see a shop. Or... come on. Or just straight pull a sword out of a chest. For the most part, don't need to concentrate too much in the early game. Hell yeah. But when we get later on, I might not talk so much during some of the more stressful parts. Can I hit that? Nope. Can hit that though. So this one looks like it's probably a torch. Maybe the torches do something. I'll take that. Yeah, see now we're getting breaded up. Yeah. I wouldn't say that you ever really have a clue what's going on, but after you play this couple hundred times, you'll usually get the idea of whether they are or they aren't. The hardest one to tell from the rooms that lock you in is, in my opinion, I would say, whether there's a button under the pot or whether it's a pain room and you just gotta slaughter. Like, let's say you walk into a room and you get locked in, and I'll point it out. Oh my lord, yes sir. Honestly, if I can get another 40 rubies, I'm coming back for that shield too. Oh yeah, so perfect example of what I was talking about earlier. The first shield I see will always be the upgrade because I already own the first one. It's the same thing with the sword too. I mean, you can't get the master sword unless you buy the sword 6 times. or find it. So, yeah, and that much is not RNG. I believe the key was down here. Yep. Now we can one-shot snakes. Uh-huh. These guys as well. I think the only thing that's two-shot is the long swords. But, like, you can see how this would have helped out so much in that other run where we're going up against ball and chain and shit. See, this guy just glitched himself out. You can reset enemies, which is a fun fact. Let me just get hit by him twice because I'm dumb. So he's two-shot now instead of three. And that'll pretty much just continue through the rest of the game. As the enemies get stronger, you need a better sword, etc., etc. Alright, we don't have enough for that shield, so we gotta just move on. So, for instance, here's the bombable wall. But we know for a fact that that's not a secret entrance. Can't be, because there's already a room. So, sometimes you can use the map to kind of figure out if you think they're real or not, and sometimes they just look like suspiciously centered in the wall. Not saying that all bombs have to be in the center of the wall, because they definitely don't. Dude. Inventory full, huh? Alright, so key, second room, bottom right. I'm not really interested in either of those. Later in the game, like I said, I'll be very, very magic heavy, so it's not a bad pickup, but I don't have a magic item right now, and I don't really need it. It'd be cool if I could grab it and hold on to it till, like, mid-game or something. Okay, here we go. See, sometimes he stays still, and then sometimes he chases you while he's walking, and I just think he's a dick for that. It's so hard to tell what he's gonna do, and then if you get cornered, I mean, we all saw. So I have seen other streamers actually get a push block that unlocks a chest, but, you know, if you want to sit here and push every one of those things in every direction that you can, knock yourself out. I don't. Oh god. It's a bad angle. It's a bad angle. Oh, come on, Dustin. What is this? 3 hearts? Fine. Honestly, it clears up inventory space for me. If we see a blue pedestal, we'll go back for that piece that was on the ground. Yeah. I swear sometimes I disagree with these hitboxes. So if you notice the pots one-shot them as well. Basically the pots do as much damage as a level 2 sword. So early game, if you find something scary and you got some pots around, chuck it. I don't know if you guys want me to. I guess I can talk to all the people. I know what everybody says, but he's got some pretty funny shit in this game, so I'll try and showcase some of his humor. Here's your fortune. The older you get, the better you were. Alright. Alright. I see what you did there. Any floor 3 that you don't see ball and chain, man, is a good floor. I believe I've had runs where I didn't see one of them at all, which is lovely. I mean, they're really not that hard to deal with. It's just, it's more so if they corner you or if they have a lot of backup. And was I meant to go up here? Yeah, I was. So the key's over here. Didn't I say the key was over in the beginning too? This must have 2 keys. So that... yeah, it does. Oh, you son of a bitch. You can technically get 2 swipes in on him like that, but... ooh, buddy, you are risking it for the biscuit if you do. When you get into later levels, they have lots of more health and lots of more damage. Alright, we don't need to use that right this second. So, again, shutting door, kind of showing you, hey, don't go backwards. And being able to see that pathway from the other side of the room also is a huge clue that that's where you're trying to go next. Take the heart since the candy's worth 2. Oh, right here. I'm just going for the gusto, dude. There's too much shit in here for me to be playing around with him. So this is a perfect example where strafe is good. I couldn't really get a good angle on him. And so you can walk up to try and create that angle for yourself. My biggest problem is that I have a hard time. I either have to strafe an attack or I have to run an attack. So generally for flying stuff, I like to run. Like bash and shit, because it just lets you turn a little faster. Well, strafing doesn't let you turn at all. Like this right here. You know, I'm not going to strafe for that. See, this looks like a real wall. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I don't know. I guess. And then obviously this would be fake. Like, there's no way. This would also be fake because of the map. You can tell that I've already been on the other side of this wall. So, shit like that's kind of important just to keep in mind. Repetition's key too. The more you play this shit, the more you'll... well, you either figure it out or you die, so... when your life's on the line. Is that another one? Watch this, dude. Hey, hold this for me. Crazy as fuck. Oh, we got Mr. Squeaks and everything. Alright, here's a pretty funny one. Looks like she's dead. You don't say. If I get cursed again... see, I can eat this, because why not? So, this is a dead end, which is why I want to check it. We are for sure buying that. These are random chests, you can risk it. I mean, it could be a fucking tunic, it could be a sword upgrade, it could be my next shield, honestly, it could be anything, but it also could be a curse, it also could be a blue rupee, so you just lose 45 rupees. I mean, I am a gambling man, but in this game, rupees are so precious that I generally like to know what I'm buying as a guarantee. And there's plenty of other chests in the world for you to get. I used to live under a bridge. Hey, I remember you. Didn't I give you a bottle once? Yeah, that was my old pee bottle. I hope you're able to make good use of it. There's a really good chance I drank out of that thing, dude. So these are all dead ends. Oh, I believe we said that the key door was all the way back in the beginning. Bottom right of the second room. So a lot of times when I see something, whether it's a switch door, there had to have been a better way to go around this. I'll say it out loud. Especially once we get into deeper dungeons. What in the fuck am I doing? Yeah, it's telling me don't go back that way. Did I miss something? I'm sorry. I mean, we know it ain't fucking this way. Am I really meant to just walk all the way the fuck back around? Okay. Well, this is just the most exciting thing you've ever seen. Wow. The creator sometimes, spoiler alert, but it's good to know for you guys, the creator sometimes is in jail. And if you talk to him 3 times, he gives you rupees. He gives you the Zelda 1 thing. He says it's dangerous to go alone, take this. And then he gives you rupees. So if you ever see him, it is worth. I don't fucking understand. There's absolutely nothing in that room that interests me, including the enemies. So another good trick is you can kind of use the walls to your advantage, whether you're locking enemies down or, oh my, what's up? Or if you hug the corners like that to make sure that they have to run into your sword before they can touch you, is super duper fucking useful. Especially whenever stuff starts getting harder. And I kind of feel like this video kind of will be primarily more informative, just because a lot of people haven't played the game yet, and it's pretty frustrating and hard. So I'm just gonna try and puke as much knowledge in the commentary that I can from what I've found. Like I said, technically speaking, I've beaten the game, I just haven't beaten it in one playthrough. Where in the actual fuck am I going? For real. Dude, I know I'm not tripping. What are you looking at? Beat it, kid. If these bars weren't here, I would so bump into you, causing your possessions to fly all over. Then I would take them. I think that all the fans get that. Dude, this is... So... Bro, what in the fuck? I'm so sorry if I'm just walking by this blatantly, but I mean, I swear I have fucking checked every room. It can't be in the center. It has to be on the outside. And then I'm back here. No way, bro. No fucking way. Alright, let me do one more lap. This isn't... None of these rooms are it. I didn't check them 4 times just to fucking miss it, did I? There it is. I'm fucking... I love it. I love it. Way to eat your words right when you're talking about it. I got lucky that snake walked in front of me the way that he did. Alright, I apologize. Kobe. So. Yeah. Yeah, we just won't talk about that. Alright, so you guys will see I'm just going to use the exact strat that I did the last time. Walk up a little bit, walk down a little bit. I mean, it's free. It's so free. This boss was, if you look at one of my videos that doesn't have audio, it's titled Dungeons of Infinity, but I can't get past floor 3. He's why. But once you got him down pat, he's kind of actually pretty easy to do a flawless run. I might get one right here. Yeah, he's getting stomped up. Oh, okay. Oh. Alright, let's get his ass back over here. If you lead him from the top and you don't get scared, he goes down pretty quick. That was a flawless run too, so kudos to me for that shit. I guess for the sake of content, the only thing I will say periodically I may take like 5 minutes, smoke a cigarette. I don't really want to. Nice bomb for free. Oh my goodness, I got the shots today. Alright, key. So spikes always take 1 health no matter what your defense is. Falling falling into a hole also always takes 1 heart no matter what your defense is. Oh, hell no. Hell to no. To no, no, no. You love to see it. And you know that this isn't pushable. Look at Charizard's face, dude. He's so cute. Cool. I don't remember if we saw a blue one on this floor or the other one. Alright guys, let's not spend 19 years looking for keys. So normally they're pretty close to each other. Like that. Like it's supposed to kind of be a path. I just suck. If we see another gem, that's kind of good. Yeah, buddy, we're shredding now. Should I eat this? Why not? For non-Zelda players. God. What kind of fuckery? So generally speaking, in a room like that, where the game is almost telling you that it's like borderline impossible to try and fight that enemy, he's generally, I don't want green, I want blue. He's generally isn't holding anything that you need. Okay, I lied. They do throw bones at you unless you use a bow and arrow. You don't throw anything though, do you? Now don't quote me on that. Alright, so look, this is a perfect little room to show you. I can't get here, so that's showing me that I need to get there. So this would be the direction to do it. That locks me in. So you know there has to be something in here. So for this instance, it's the key. And the map will actually give you Squeaks! Squeaks! The map will actually give you like telltale signs that, yeah, you fucking need to concentrate on this area. God. Yeah, face check the mummies. Oh, shit. Alright. Well, there's my health back at least. That might not have been a bad area to use the ice thing, but hey, we got out of it with full health. Actually, there's that little pocket on the map. Is there something over there? No. Looks like a dead explorer. Search his body for loot. I don't know if I've clicked on him before. That's kind of fucked up, Link. Or Charizard, I should say. Since when did Pokemon start? Well, I guess Team Rocket. I was gonna say when did Pokemon start robbing people, but Meowth has been doing that shit since I was a kid. So the bow is a very, in my opinion, it's a controversial item. It is so good. It's so good. But I generally will only use it if I find it for free. So that way I can buy the quiver. If I... Oh, nice one, brother. If I don't want to buy the bow and then have to buy the quiver. There's just so much more shit that I can do with that money. So I generally pass on it. I'm sure there's quite a few people that live and die by it. Okay, so this is a room. It's either pain, like I said, it's either pain, lanterns, or a button. So far, all the pain looks easy, so I'm just gonna shred. But yeah, see, it was pain. I had to kill everything. If I go into a room and it looks shitty, I'm basically running through that whole thing looking for a plan B to get out of there. Because if you get lucky, you can just hit a button and then run away. I'll try and showcase that later on. That guy just got fucking wrecked. Because that will for sure happen. There's rooms that, like right here, the crabs are so tanky, so I almost believe, see, it's gotta be fucking egg. Oh, never mind. I thought I was locked in. So the crabs go fast side to side, but they go really slow up and down. So generally speaking, you just want to stay on their horizontal axis. Or no, vertical axis, I mean. If that's a curse, you're a dick for putting carpet in it. Bomb bag, let's go. So now we can actually hold bombs without having to hold bombs. That's tight. So all 8 of our bombs went in there, and then we have an extra slot in our inventory. And then to equip them, you just select the bomb bag. Pretty self-explanatory. The other thing I would point out too is the different swords do different stuff. So not only does this give me free attack, but it also lets me break pots. So yeah, sword upgrades are pretty damn good. Anyway, you slice and dice it, they're good. There's other ways to get attack, like through your gloves, but then you're not getting the sword benefit, which... Okay, you know what? I'll take inventory slot. Not even worried about it. Okay. Easy pickup. Easy. This is also just very, very easy. That's pretty low for a chest. Should I risk it? Oh yeah, worth it. Now, if that was a curse, I was gonna go postal on Justin's apartment complex. I think it should be pretty obvious, but those things cannot go out of the water. But they do hella damage, so. Be careful. The snakes, see? Like, I don't know why, but they just have the weirdest way of juking your ass. And I'm almost positive it can't be intentional, but damn. I think I'm supposed to go down? Oh no. Oh, this is pain. Oh, it is. That's ass. Yeah, it was. Okay, well that was just a straight trap. I said I don't think I'm supposed to go down while I'm staring at the... Oh. Kinda wish I didn't buy the gloves in the chest right now. I should have waited. Give me 100 rupees. Well, that was an easy key. Okay. That was a switch, so that's where we're meant to go. Jeez, dude. What is up with this floor? Honestly, a decent... Watch out, you goobs. A decent balance of health and defense is really not too bad. If anything, in my opinion, I kind of would like to have a little bit more... Oh, this is fun. They didn't have that in the original. Yeah, keep the rupees coming, please. Oh, let's go. It's almost like I spoke it into existence. I can tell you exactly what I'm gonna buy. It's the sword. It's the sword. Charizard, I choose you. Nuh-uh, they try to lock me out. I don't care. See, the sword is shock resistant, so you can kill the cactuses and shit. I want that. I'll walk all the way around this shit, I don't care. I killed everything anyway. A lot of dungeons, you'll see later in the game, well, assuming anybody watches this, you'll see later in the game where I won't kill everything in a room once the game starts to get hard enough that it's just not worth it. I mean, if you want to die, you can. But I don't want to die. I don't want to die, boss. Alright, so they really did lock you out both ways, so you can't go back to that shop without going around. That's a dick move. I can respect it, Justin. I can respect it. Two things for sure and one thing's for certain. He did not make this game to be easy. Anybody who's probably seen any other content creator play it, not that I'm a content creator, but anybody who's seen anybody play it, they'll tell you for sure, this shit is not for the faint of heart. I've found, I guess, words of encouragement. I've found that once you get past the first boss, the rest of the game is kind of easier. As weird as that sounds, but you start getting more, like, you start getting tankier, you start killing shit quicker. Now, I'm not saying you can't get fucked, because you can, but generally speaking, oh, I almost face checked that. I did face check that. Those little suckers kind of blend in the dark. I mean, thanks for nothing. So there's our switch. Alright, boom. So much like the pots. +4 attack, and shock resistant. So instead of them hitting me with the tasers, it also applies to the little blue jellyfish or whatever you want to call them, the things that electrify themselves. They don't want the smoke. This guy, he can be on fire, or he can be lit up, and it doesn't matter. This is 6 hearts, dude. I mean, I'm willing to get way more low than I am right now before I pop that. I also know for a fact that we're coming up on town here pretty soon. I was gonna say, it's very weird to find one of these in a room without enemies, because his whole job is to fuck you whenever you're fighting enemies, so I don't know. I guess more power to him. Alrighty. We have made it to the Revel Village, which is pretty much the first breathing room. Oh yeah, keep throwing money at me, bro. See what happens. This is another part of the game that I kind of wanted to showcase in this video. I've seen people that can straight up sprint through this shit too, not even gonna lie to you. I'm not that good. And I'm kind of scared because I'm live. But this is one that I was hoping I would be able to showcase in the video just for informative purposes, because I know where everything's at. So this is kind of just a good reference for anybody else who makes it this far. So the first thing you got is, if you go behind these trees, there's a chest. They just, I guess, I don't need to hold it. It's nice to see daylight. So back here, there's rupees. Second pillar on the right hand side. All the bushes have a bunch of pretty yummy stuff in them. There's rupees behind the third bookshelf. We'll be back here later. Did I get this chest in this house? Because there is a chest in this house. Nope. See, there's the quiver. That's enough to make you almost want to buy the bow. But probably not enough for me. As you can see, the sword that breaks pots is super good because they basically turn into bushes. So here's the sick lady. Where we got the letter from the jail cell. There's a reason I bring that letter here. Cough, cough. I don't feel very good. I only wish I knew how my friend Pedro was doing. I haven't seen him in 8 years. He was captured during the rebellion. They would have sent him to jail. Oh, you have a letter from Peso? Thank you very much. Here, take this reward for your troubles. It is all that I own. So, 200. That's random, by the way. Oh my goodness, Grandma. What kind of stocks were you invested in? Cough, cough. Now please read me his letter. I think that's hilarious that I just took her entire fortune. My dearest Doris, I lay here in my cold cell thinking about you. Jail is lonely at night, and my heart aches living without you. Sleeping alone between these cold walls, I cry. I have thought about us under warm blankets caressing you as moonbeams guide us through our dreams. I sense that you're not feeling well. My heart aches thinking of you in pain. I wish I could take it away from you. Carry your burden. I will always be with you in our dreams riding the clouds, holding hands, laughing and smiling as we once did. Though distance may keep us apart for the moment, you are embedded deep within my heart. Love always, Pedro. Thank you. That is what I needed to hear. Farewell, my friend. I think they might have been more than friends based on the content of that letter, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Link just committed murder because when I delivered her the letter, she died. I guess it's better than being in pain, sick. You know how some people would rather have, you know, refuse to be on life support or whatever. Who knows? Maybe she wanted me to. Alright. Next one is behind this house. There are rupees behind the waterfall. Yeah. Now, generally speaking, because there's just so much shit, I'll buy the inventory bag off rip. I'll usually hold off on buying anything else until that's done. Or until I'm done doing this garbage. Just because until you really kind of look at the shop and see what your options are, it's hard to decide. The only thing that I really want to see right here is the cape. Fuck. Okay. That sucks. That sucks for me. That's usually my main strategy. To get to 12 is the cape. I don't care if you call me a vagina or not. It works in a game like this. What are you doing if you're not doing what works? So next back here, there's a chest in the river. We have a quiver, so those arrows don't take up slots in our inventory. Neither do our bombs, which is sick. It also increases the amount of bombs and shit that you can carry, which is pretty cool. In between the cactus, this can be gems, or it can be rupees, or it can be chests too, I guess. Equip yourself. He just says that he's got something for us to take down to the 10th floor of the thing. So it's almost like the letter that I got from jail. It's just, I just need to hang on to it until I get to floor 10. And then the whole time that I'm holding it, it's cucking me out of inventory slot. Which is super duper cool. Man, I can't believe that I didn't get the cape. I hope, I mean, with any luck, it could be in a chest. I don't need it right this second. Trying to think of any other secrets, really. I mean, the rest of it's pretty much self-explanatory. Get your money up. Yeah, one thing, if you pick these up, there's a chance that they drop eggs. It's also random, but sometimes they do. And sometimes they also drop a golden egg, which is pretty rare, but I've seen it happen. In my game, too. That's not from another streamer. They're mean. Yeah. Normally I would love to have magic if you gave me the cape. Yeah. Also, because I don't believe that I miss any secrets. If you guys know of one that I'm not aware of, because I learned of a few in the Dwarven mine that I didn't know about not even a couple days ago. So the librarian wants the book. This just shows you the list of gems. So if you want to, you know which ones are more valuable and which ones aren't. That actually does matter. The old lady, which I don't know if I smashed her pots yet. Yeah, dude, come on, everybody gets their pots smashed. My mirror, can I take it back? Yeah, sure. Thank you for finding my mirror. Alright, any OG from A Link to the Past knows where the mushroom goes. That goes to the witch. Dang, she didn't have any of the blue potions too, so the only blue potion I've seen is the one that I randomly got from that chest. She really doesn't have a lot of green potions either. That sucks. Damn. Alright. Here I thought this seed was going good, and then no. Okay. I saw this on Justin's Discord, or I guess Infinity Dungeons Discord. You can hit this guy from the river, so you don't have to walk all the way around, which is super tight. And then since he gives you the pendant, which goes right here, it's very convenient. Also, I would like to take this time to say, Charizard, use Flame Spin. I mean, why the fuck not? And the last of the fetch quests is the key. And you found the key to the king's treasure. What are you gonna spend your money on? All the shit in town. All of it. All the shit, brother. So far, this is, yeah, red is weak. Yo, this is weak. Oh man, they're usually like purple and silver and shit. That's, oof. The seed is just gradually getting worse. Buzz off, clown. She's with me. Link, how nice to bump into you. This is my boyfriend, Brad. Who's this clown? Oh, he's just a friend. Just a friend? I told you, Link. I moved on. I'm with Brad now. You hear that, clown? She's with me. Now buzz off. So, babe, where was I? Oh, yeah, I was talking about my pet. Maybe it's best you leave, Link. It was good seeing you. You're a bitch, Zelda. The other guy I think is funny is the drunk dude. He says some funny shit. Drinking after work is fine, but if you really want to enjoy working, then drink before work. I drink wine because my doctor said I shouldn't keep things bottled up. Drunkenness is nothing but voluntary madness. Let's have a beer together. You can open it and I'll drink it. I cook with wine. Sometimes I even add it to food. I drink alcohol to drown my problems. Unfortunately, my problems are damn good swimmers. He's just got a gang of that shit. It's so funny. I believe that's everything. You know what? In the sake of not having the video be too long, I'm gonna go ahead and pause here. We'll come back. Don't you know about the bird? Everybody knows that the bird is the word. We'll come back here. I'm just gonna take a short break, and I don't really feel like there's any reason for me to do it while I'm recording. And I also think that it's probably better to maybe, if I get to 12, maybe make this a 2-part or 3-part series. So let's go with that whenever I continue, which will be today, but whenever I continue, I'll just start right back here and we can go buy the shit in the shop. So, if any of you actually made it this far, congratulations. I hope it was fun. And there's a really good chance that I can go deeper. So, until then.